Hello and welcome to another edition of Dr. Jim's Tailgate Experience. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Leasing 101. Contact Leasing 101 for all your leasing needs, as well as Happy Feet Winery. We'll tell you more about them later on in the broadcast. Thanks very much. Now let's see what's going on. Hello, this is my son Mark. Mark, how are you today?
All right.
Tell me, why did you come today?
Mostly for the food.
What's that?
Mostly for the food.
Okay, well that's certainly a good reason. As you know, from many years of experience, we have tremendous food at Dr. Jim's Tailgate Experience. Anything else to add?
I wish I'd brought more to read.
Okay, very good. Okay, let's carry on through our tailgate party. Oh, who do we have here? It looks like the professor. Well, let's get a look at his cap. Oh, okay, Dr. Jim's Tailgate Experience. Professor, thank you very much for coming.
Well, it's good to be here, and I just thought I would like to put in a plug for our sponsor, Happy Feet Winery.
Oh, tremendous.
We always say, stomp your feet with happy feet.
Okay, well, I can personally vouch after years of testing the wines of Happy Feet Winery. It's a tremendous wine.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Jim.
Okay, now, Professor.
Yes, sir.
Some people have suspected that I am the professor. Would you please quash that rumor?
Well, I can't quash it hard enough. I am the original professor. I accept no fake, phony impersonations, imitations, or otherwise. I take full responsibility for being called the professor.
Very good. Now, Professor,
yes,
we're all familiar with your webpage, which we urge subscribers of Dr. Jim's Tailgate Experience to look into. Given that, tell us about your prognostications as the professor of the pigskin and your predictions for the remainder of the season.
Well, let me say this. I think that right now the Giants must win today, and I'm a little dicey on that. It's going to be a close game, but hopefully the Giants defense can put enough pressure to squash any running game and then force them to pass and maybe get a turnover.
Very
close
good.
Game, Giants win.
Okay.
Now they got to win next week in London. They'll be 6-2.
Okay.
Now, I think they'll lose to Chicago in the second half and New England.
Okay.
But I do think that they're going to beat Minnesota, Detroit, and Buffalo. That leaves 3 tricky games in Philly, in the division, and 2 more division games, Dallas and Washington at home. If they can win at least one of those games, they're sure with 10 wins to get into the playoffs. But it would really be good for them to win 2 of those home games within the division, because we all know if it comes down to tiebreakers, it's important in the division. But I do think right now, today and tomorrow with wins, Giants take one of those home games in the second half, 10 wins gets them in to the playoffs. I don't think they'll go too far, but they'll get into the playoffs.
Okay, thank you, Professor, for your prescient prognostications of the pigskin.
That's easy for you to say, Dr. Jim. Thank you.
Okay, and now let's move on to other members of our vast tailgate party. Okay. Oh, look, what do we have here? Jan, tell us what we have laid out here.
Well, we have Dr. Jim's Tailgate Experience Gourmet Smorgasbord, which encompasses every ethnicity that you could possibly think of.
Okay.
We have the Karots Mary, and we have the German Bratwurst.
Ah, yes.
We have the American hamburgers.
Hamburger is?
Hamburguesas.
Oh, yes.
We have the American coleslaw salad. You've already heard about the wine, or have we?
Yes, we have, but we have not heard about the fantastic Indian appetizers.
Well, the Indian appetizers can be eaten with a spicy green pepper paste, or for those who are less adventuresome and less willing to have their palate on fire, we have the vanilla yogurt dressing. Potato.
Speak to Mr. Vinod. Why don't you interview Mr. Vinod on this?
Mr. Vinod.
Hi, Jen. How are
Hi.
you?
Would you kindly give us a word and tell us about your Asian Indian appetizers?
Those were made by Karen. She made them last night. First you make the potatoes. You really make them nice and smushy, and then you add peas to them and all kinds of spices, and then you fry them.
Okay.
And capers.
And capers, right?
Very nice.
And
Capers.
they're called batata vadas.
Okay, very nice. Thank you both very much. Now let's go over and speak to Mary.
We forgot the brie.
Hold on, we forgot
We forgot the pièce de résistance, which is the tipsy baked brie, which is a absolute crowd pleaser.
Jan, can we get a shot of that, or is there any left?
I don't think there's.
Oh, I'm afraid it's all gone. Well, that's a testimony to how just. Oh, here we go. That's a testimony to just how good it was.
This is collateral damage here.
Collateral damage.
This is
Very
what's
good.
left.
Okay.
The troops just marched through it.
Thank you very much, Professor, and good luck with Happy Feet Winery.
Thank you.
And
Okay.
thanks to Jen for making.
Yes, thank you,
That's my
Jan.
contribution.
Okay, now let's go over and talk to Mary. Mary, what do you have for us today?
Okay. Since Jan explained the food, we have more
Oh,
hamburgers
yes.
and extra
Oh,
hamburgers and
boy.
kebab on the grill.
Yes.
So I will say, here's a toast to the Giants and go Red Sox!
Okay, thank you, Mary. Welcome to Dr. Jim's Tailgate Experience. Hi, what's your name?
Rich,
Rich, pleasure to meet you.
nice
Oops,
to meet
sorry.
you, Jim. Don't
Let
hurt
me get you in
yourself.
the light there. Okay, now tell us, why are you here today?
Have some beers.
Great, and what do you think about the game?
Giants look good.
Okay, now I noticed you have a couple of so-called 49ers fans with you today. Could you tell us a story there and perhaps introduce them?
No, I don't know. You'll have to ask them.
Now they said they would not be willing to be interviewed, but let's just give it a shot. Hi, what's your name?
Sean.
Sean. Now why are you here? Did you come here from San Francisco?
No.
No. Well, why are you a 49ers fan then?
Well, I used to live out there.
Okay, how long? 6 months? 12 months?
3 years.
3 years. Okay, well, I guess that's an excuse. But where are you originally from?
Well, I was born in Georgia, but I was a military brat growing up.
Okay, very good. Okay, could you introduce your friend to us?
Brian.
Ron Jeremy, nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. Thank you. Welcome to Dr. Jim's Tailgate Experience. Now, how did you become a 49ers fan?
Back in the 80s, growing up, Joe Montana and Jerry Rice.
Okay, so you followed winners from day one, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a good influence.
Now you're from where? Where are you from?
Ellenville, New York.
Okay, now did you ever live in San Francisco?
No.
Okay, well, we'll let it go this time. Anybody else? Okay. Now, what is your name?
I'm Rich Butler. Zach.
Okay. Okay, now comments on the game.
John Truman. You gotta love the beer though.
The whole truth.
Yeah, the whole truth.
Okay, are you interested in being a sponsor to Dr. Jim's Tailgate Experience? Yes or no?
Not right now.
Yes or no?
No.
Okay, thank you. Thanks very much. Okay, take care.
Good.
Okay. Now we're gonna go over to see what the master tailgate guru Charlie has to say. This is the massive tailgate that he has every week. This is just the beginning. They normally have breakfast, and then later on they have a massive meal after the tailgate party. Okay, here he is now, Charlie, who is the professor of pigskin. Not really, that's somebody else, but Charlie, what do you have to say about the game today?
This is a very tough game. Historically, the 49ers have always been a problem for the Giants, and I expect nothing less. I do think the Giants should win the game in the fourth quarter, but I think it's going to be a tough game.
Okay, thank you very much, Charlie. Charlie is gospel, as we know.